I'm really excited about today's video because it's finally here. My 160 megawatt laser lipo machine. I'm going to do an unboxing, put it all together, and show you how it works. I get so many requests for laser lipo, and now I finally have a dedicated laser lipo machine. That's 160 megawatts. If this has sparked your interest, I'm Joan Johnson, and this is Beauty Over 50 on a Budget, where I do body sculpting, body contouring, and sprinkle in a little bit of anti-aging and skincare. Please consider subscribing to my channel. My channel is all about body sculpting and body contouring, and I like to explore all kinds of different ways to do that. There's all kinds of ways that you can do body sculpting and body contouring. You don't just need to do cavitation. You don't just need to do cryolipolysis. You can do laser lipo. You can do shockwave therapy. You can do all kinds of different ways. So I have a laser lipo on my S-Shape Pro right there, but it's only a 5 megawatt. This machine is 160 megawatts. So it's quite a bit stronger than my S-Shape. So let's get this all unpacked and see how it works. These pads are quite a bit larger than my other pads. So you can see that they're quite a bit larger. But like I said, this is a dedicated laser lipo machine. There's no cavitation in this machine. It's really lightweight. It's not heavy at all. I would say 3 or 4 pounds. Maybe 5 pounds. So it looks like it's going to be fairly simple to put together. They just plug in here, and then the holders go here. And it doesn't even look like I'm going to have to use a screwdriver or anything. It looks like it's just going to go right together. So these are the laser lipo holders. These have little male and female sides. So this would be the female side and that would be the male side. This can just slide right in there so that it locks it right together to hold them secure. It has the larger hole, and then it slides up to go over this little piece here. Like that. Once they're together, they're kind of hard to separate. So I wanted to make sure that I had them on correctly, number one, and number two, that I had enough space for my small ones to be able to connect onto the end. So there's 6 of these little nubs on the side of your machine, and there's 10 of the large laser lipo pads and 4 of the small laser lipo pads. So I did 5 little holders for each side. I wanted to make sure that I was doing it all correctly because the little nubs need to be able to slide through the wider side on the bottom. I wanted to make sure they were all lined up so that my cord will slide right through here and hang out the bottom. So that's kind of important for setup, that you have them all going in the same direction so that your pads will sit just right on it. Then once I have them all together, the little nubs go right through the wider part of the holder. So it just slides right in. And this is really easy to take on and off, but like I said, to actually separate these from each other, that can be a little bit difficult. So I'm going to continue to put these on, and I'm going to add my small ones. So with the smaller ones, it doesn't have the wider spot for the nub because they just hang directly onto the larger holders. So you can see how it has a wide spot for the little nub on the side, but the small ones do not. So they just slide right on to the large holder. But like I said, they can be a little bit difficult to get on and off. So you want to make sure you have them the right way before it even goes on. So you can see how there's a little gap there, but it all lines up. So this is a spot for the cord to come down and then through the bottom. And then, like I said, it goes right over these little nubs right here. So this part is really self-explanatory. There's only one way it can go together. So the large laser lipo has 3 nubs on the back of the machine, and the small laser lipo pads have 2 nubs on the back of the machine. So there's 4 small laser lipo pads, so that would be these 4 here. And there's 10 large laser lipo pads, and that would be these here. So this is what they look like. So you can see there's just 2 holes for the 2 nubs here. There's 3 holes for the 3 nubs here. So I'm just going to plug them all in, and then it has a little like a screw backing. It's not really a screw, but it holds it tight. It holds the lipo plugged in, and it screws onto the back. So when these are put on correctly, the holders are put on correctly, the laser lipo pad will sit right here. The cord will go through here and hang down here. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Goes right in like that. And then because it's got the 3 holes for the 3 nubs, I know it goes into that hole. So it's really very self-explanatory. These laser lipo pads also have little plastic covers. So it's going to be really important before you use your machine to take off these little plastic covers. So this is kind of interesting. It has 6 of the plugins on this side, and it has 4 of the plugins for the large laser lipo on this side. So because I'm not familiar with this machine, I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with that. So I'm gonna have to move some of these plugins so that one of my laser lipo pads from this side will fit over here. So I'm gonna move these over. So it would have been easier before I put the small ones on. So I'm gonna unplug the small ones and move it over. Just because my fingers won't fit in between the small ones being there. I just thought that was kind of interesting that it had 6 on this side and 4 on this side. So when we turn it on, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Because like I said, I've never used this machine before. I left the twist ties on the cords for now, only because it's easier to leave them wrapped, flipping the machine around. But when you go to use your machine, you're going to want to take the zip ties off. Okay, now I feel like I'm back on track. I got all 6 of these ones filled and the 2 smaller ones. And now I'll finish with the 4 large ones and the 2 small ones. So I plugged it in behind me, and then the power switch is on the back. Get this turned on so you can see it. I'm very pleased how easy this machine is to operate. You just turn it on, touch the screen, and it comes up to this screen. Automatically defaults to mode A. You can turn the time up or turn the time down. You can turn the power up or turn the power down, whichever you decide, and then push work. And A is a constant, so it's for larger areas of fat. When using a machine like this for the first time, you want to start out at a lower energy level because you don't know how your body's going to react. Mode B is a slight flash. That's for smaller areas of fat. You want to hit stop, and then mode C is a fast flash, and that's for maintenance. So if you got the results that you're looking for and you just want to maintain, you would use mode C. When you're all done, just push exit. So I was really kind of surprised with this machine because it's a dedicated laser lipo machine. I was surprised that I couldn't adjust the pads individually like I can with the S-Shape Pro. With the S-Shape Pro, I can adjust each pad individually. With this one, it's pretty much you set one setting and it runs all of the pads. So that, to me, I was a little bit because for me, I mean, I used all the lipo pads at the same strength on my S-Shape, but for a dedicated lipo machine, I would have thought you would have been able to adjust the different pads. So I thought that was a little bit interesting. So I'm going to turn it all the way up and I'm going to see how it feels. Let's turn it. I'm going to leave it on A, which is a constant. And I'm going to turn the strength all the way up. And I just want to see how the lipo pad feels on my arm to see if it gets warm or how I think it feels. I always suggest to everyone to start out at a lower strength and then work your way up because you never know how your body's going to react to a new treatment, a new machine. You never know. So I don't feel any heat at all. I don't feel like they're getting warm at all, which they shouldn't get hot. It's been about a minute and a half and I don't feel any heat. Laser lipo should not be hot, so that's good. And then it comes with the belts to secure the laser lipo pads onto your body. It also comes with a couple of fuses. And these belts work by just adding them together. So depending on what size you are, you can just Velcro them together to make a longer belt. And what I like to do is I like to double the belts because it seems like with me, because I usually do my lipo treatments standing up, that one belt isn't wide enough to hold the laser lipo on. So what I do is I put a belt on, put one belt on from top to bottom like that to hold it in place. So that's how I like to do it. Well, my takeaway so far on this machine is that it's very user-friendly. Putting it together was a no-brainer other than me not paying attention to how many plugs are on each side of the machine. But it has 3 ports for the large lipo pads and it has 2 ports for the small lipo pads. So that was so easy. And then they just screwed on. The screen is very user-friendly as well. It's start and stop basically. Turn the power up, turn the power down, turn the time up, turn the time down, start. Mode A is a constant for larger areas of fat. So if you have a lot of fat that you want to laser lipo, you're going to want to use it on A. Mode B is a flash, and that's for smaller areas of fat or maintenance. Mode C is a fast flash, and that is strictly for maintenance. So you're really probably not going to see a lot of results with mode C if you're looking to blast a lot of fat. If you're looking to lose a lot of inches, use mode A. This would just be for maintenance. But the true test is going to be how it performs. And so I will be doing 7 treatments of this machine, and then I'll do an update video. Everything I use in my videos will have links in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Like and subscribe and leave a comment down below.